I remember getting it and hearing the woo, 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 listen, pull that tape, run that shit back, woo, 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 I'm like, trash, woo, 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 I'm like.
Baby, you're the best in all the world. You get the best sex in all the world. Baby, you're the best in all the world. You get the best.
Hey, it's your girl Monea, and I'm breaking down Inna the Wall, aka Sniper Remix, featuring Dexta Daps for the culture. Bust a couple rounds in on me, I'm a sniper that. So this first line is the big opener, and they set the tone for the whole song. They set the concept for the whole song, because when I started writing the song, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to talk about. Let's go back. Like, when I first got the beat, I basically told Korea that I wanted a song that was very authentic to dancehall, because a lot of my music is a lot of is a fusion. Dancehall is the fundamental, but there's a lot of pop elements in it, trap elements in it, and a lot of different stuff. And I told him I just wanted something that was slow, sensual, and that was very true to the dancehall culture, because I wanted to try to get Dexta Daps on the original version. But he didn't end up being on the original. Praise be to God, he actually ended up being on the remix. So I wanted something that was true to dancehall. So I was like, I'm not even going to sugarcoat the sexual stuff. I am going to go deep into it. And even though I went deep, but it's still classy. It's not too vulgar at the same time. So bust a couple rounds in on me. I'm a sniper that. Obviously it's figurative, snipers and gun, and you know. Pew pew. You know what brings about babies and stuff like that. So sit down on the body like a Cadillac, ball out. I'm a rider, that's yo. So sit down on the body like a Cadillac. Crank. Go on your toes. Got that shit back. But yeah, it's just some play on words. Obviously, you ride it in a Cadillac and you ride in, you know? And don't be lazy with it. Anyways, he ball out. I'm a rider that. Take off my heels and let me unbuckle your jeans. No, my arch, my back and ball out. You give me a heart attack, yo. So honestly, this whole scene in my head, I'm literally going through the motions in my head about how this act would be. So take off my heels. If people know me, you know I'm a heels girl. I love heels. I was in heels when I performing, going on the road. Out, whatever, heels. So take off my heels, let me unbuckle your jeans, arch my back, and arch your back, please, and don't give no hump that turtle. So arch your back, ball out, you give me heart attack. So it's just one of those things where it's like, you can't take it. It's so good that it raising your heartbeat. My baby, he know he a blessing. Whoa, whoa. He know I could never forget him, yeah. I can't lie, you the best ever. Take me so high, make me ball out, whoa. You get to me rough, then you take it slow. Yeah, I'm a sniper that. So basically, as I said, we're going through the motions. Basically, what he would be moaning, what I would be moaning. I feel like this is very direct. There's not any hidden messages in this. We are doing the do, and we're doing it well, basically.
Baby, you're the best in all the world. You get the best sex in all the world. Baby, you're the best in all the world. You get the best sex in all the world. Baby, you're the best in all the world. You get the best sex in all the world. Baby, you're the best in all the world. You get the best sex in all the world.
So it was produced by Nova Elite Audio. That consists of Khalil, Korea, and Shaquille Nassis. He don't like when people know his first name, but Nassis and Korea. So Korea sent me the skeleton, and then what happens is they're in a collaboration, and he would add like the drums and all the special effects and take it from hair to like the next level. So basically this experience is so great that it is the best thing you've ever had. Like you've never had a guy do the things that he did to you. And it's the best sex in the world. Plain and simple. And don't lie to them. If they're not your sniper, they're not your sniper. If they're not the best in the world, they just ain't cutting it. It's okay. So when them send you that morning text, do not respond and say good morning sniper because they're not your sniper. Okay? I'm gonna get people in trouble. I mean thing. Was it based on someone? Okay, let's be honest. It's not based on one particular person. It's actually based on my experience with two people, and two of them together would be the ideal sniper for me. And that's a plot twist. Both qualities would make the ultimate sniper for me. Simple as that. So it's like you had pros and cons in each of them, and if I could take the pros, that would be the best sex in the world.
Do you think your snipers know that?
Yeah.
I don't like this interview.
That my question, by the way.
No, wait.
That my question.
If my snipers do not, you're making it seem like I have multiple snipers at once. No, listen. Let's get down to let's cut down to the chase and understand me clearly. I'm not saying that I have two snipers right now at the same time. I am single. I'm talking about experiences, sexual experiences I've had. I'm saying that the song was inspired by two people out of those sexual experiences, and I'm not saying that those are my only sexual experiences. I'm saying two people inspired it because I feel like both qualities from each of them would create an ultimate sniper in that situation. So sometimes when I was writing, I was thinking on one person, and for other situations, I was thinking on another person. Point blank. No, look. Who is the sniper? Everybody want to know who is the sniper.
Okay, so I got a question.
The world may never know. I was inspired. I didn't think too deep into it. Whenever I write, I don't always think so deep into it. It's more like what the beat calls for in that moment. So the beat was very sultry and very sexy and very slow, so I felt the need to be melodic on it. In other instances, if the beat is like a hardcore beat or something that I feel like I could rap on, then I would rap. I wouldn't force it on it. It definitely is all about feeling for me. I don't like to, when it comes to writing, I'm a vulgar, so I overthink a lot. So when it comes to the music, I try my hardest to just feel and then let that feeling come out of me instead of premeditating what I want it to be like. So definitely when Korea sent me the beat, I knew from the jump that it would be more, I guess, a sing-songy, especially because I wanted Dexta on it too, something that would complement both of us at the same time. So, yeah. When I ask if I say, otherwise I got my heart for true. And when I ask if I say I don't want to be apart from you. You make me feel right. You climax, then you ball out, say, baby, you feel tight. I'm a sniper that. So basically, as I said, it's straightforward. When they ask who it for, I say, you are the boss. Only you got my heart for true. Like, it's exclusive. Point blank, like, on the streets, if they're asking if I'm taking, they're asking who it for, I saying you the boss.
Sniper 1 or Sniper 2?
Oh my God! She said Sniper 1 or Sniper 2. Oh! No, look, this could be flipped too, you know. Listen, this song is pretty much up to your interpretation. I'm kind of dreading that I told you guys the real reason. No, I'm so annoyed at myself at this point. But you could flip this too, you know. Because you could flip this too in terms of when I ask you if I say you are the boss. And this is a more, like, the more savage version of it. Like, you know, when a guy would be like, who this for? But then you're a sniper. You ain't my sniper. it's not you, but this is not yours. But you basically saying that even in any situation, say like I go and I move on to somebody else and that person like, whoever is still my sniper. This is just a scenario. No. This is just a scenario because these stuff happen in real life. Like, don't even act. Different situations, different people. Like, sometimes, you know, you having sex with somebody, but, you know, you thinking about somebody else, and that's just, it's sad. From the jump, I wrote the song as one sniper, like I say. Also, a lot of times when I write a song, I might just exaggerate on something a little bit. This is not my literal life. Like, moments in the music, in the lyrics, yeah, inspired by true stories, but at the end of the day, it's still storytelling, and I might exaggerate on something based on just general scenarios or something I think somebody else need to hear, or their voice need to be heard in this way, and you want to say this. You know, so I would speak on their behalf. So in the beginning, it really was meant to be one sniper, and as I said, I was inspired by my own experiences, and I culminated it into one sniper. Dexta came on, and he added his own twist to it, like a response, because I didn't tell him what to say. So that's the vibe he got, and he decided to answer back in a way where it's like, we're not together, but I'm your sniper. And then the video ended up being that vibe, like I have a man or whatever, but my sniper was Dexta. And even though women don't cheat, I still felt like to show just, you know, a little other side of the things that really occur, you know. I'll go from the beginning. I opened for Dexta Daps in Crush here in St. Thomas. April last year, maybe April, I had the opportunity to open for him. And I was blessed in the sense that a lot of times when artists open up for bigger artists, sometimes the artist is not even in the building yet. Like, you open up for them and then they come on and then it's their own thing. But I was privileged in a way where he was actually backstage, like in the room next to the stage, and actually watching. So he saw me, and I didn't even know he saw me until he actually got up on stage during his set and was like, big up the artist before me, you know, it takes a lot to do this, and basically just big me up. And then I was basically texting my manager like, he just big me up, like I have to go meet him now, like hook it up, let me go meet him. And then like the security took me to the back, and I actually met him and his team, and they were just like, oh my God, just pouring like a lot of good stuff into me and a lot of validation, like, you're so good. And I ended up getting his contact information. I actually got Dexta's direct line. And let me tell you something, the number was gone out of my phone. Something happened to my phone, and there was a glitch, and I lost his number. And at that point, I didn't want to message him on Instagram like a regular person, because then he'll be like who is this person? So I was just like, you know what? I'll just wait. I'll have another opportunity to meet him again. So in between this moment, mind you, the whole time I'm thinking that I still have this number. So I'm preparing now. I text Korea like, oh my God, like I have Dexta contact. I met him, like let's do a song that maybe he wouldn't say no to. Let's do something that's still true to me, obviously, because I still want it to be my style and my thing, but something not too far-fetched that he would be like, no, that's not me. So he sent me back something, and that's when I started with the bust a couple rounds on me, I'm a sniper, that blah, 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 blah. And I was like, yo, this actually is like the one. Now we have the draft, ready to send it in a text, no number whatsoever. I am distraught. I cannot believe that this happened to me. So this is why In Other World actually ended up coming out without him, because I never even got to send it to him, nothing. So I ended up doing a second verse, and I finished it, and it ended up just going on Tropicana. And then fast forward again, I was able to open up for him in St. Croix months later, like the end of the year. And they remembered me, and they were like, yeah, we remember you, blah, 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 remember me from St. Thomas. On the stage, I was singing In Other World, and basically I just said, make some noise, and you could hear Dexta on the remix, and like everybody in the crowd was like, oh my God, yeah. This girl was like shoot your shot, mama, shoot your shot. From the time she was saying, I was like, yeah, I gotta shoot the shot or whatever. But I was just like putting it out there because, man, I would have never done that if Dexta and I hadn't met before, because that would have been like kind of weird. Like, yo, he doesn't even know you. Like, what are you doing? But because we met like before, it was more like I kind of wait for him to hear the song and also to see that people like the song as well at the same time. So he told me that it was from that moment he really started to pay attention and he started to write his verse right then and there on the spot. Bad girl, then for me, like on the spot. And I was already shook because how in the world I'm singing my song and you already singing an opposite melody from like what's going on stage. But yeah, so from then he said he was gonna do it. And I never really pressed them too much about it. Like, when they reached out to me for the instrumental, for whatever else they needed, I gave it to them, but I didn't want to be on their back because I believe in things happening organically. I definitely believe in the power of the mind, the power of positive thinking, the power of energy, good energy, the power of affirmation, and not just keeping it in your mind, but the action behind it as well. And I think it was very strategic, but it was still organic. And that's how I know it was supposed to happen, because it still happened despite the hiccup. Maybe In Other World was supposed to be out first so that people could see that it was a great song, and it blew up on its own. I mean, VI Word, and it was like outside in some other Caribbean islands and stuff like that. It showed that this song on its own was a hit record, and it really needed that extra push, the visibility, the airs, the extra airs that, you know, from the VI, sometimes it's just hard for us to reach outside of the VI. And sometimes, you know, we might need just somebody to just believe and just go like, what? Look. Not necessarily do WAP and change you and do this. It's literally just WAP in front of these people. And then from there, it's like, whoa, this person is actually great. But sometimes we don't have so much of those opportunities. And I will go back and be like, I would say like, shout out to the promoters for the events that I was able to open up for Dexta Daps, because it's so important to give the locals a chance to make those connects, to be in those positions. If I wasn't in that position, I wouldn't have met him walking down the street. Like, no. And I wouldn't have connected with him by DMing him and stuff like that. So it's just one of those things where you take it, like seizing an opportunity, basically. So I would say my advice would be to know what you want and really focus on it, like really focus on it, and believe that no matter what, you're going to get this thing. You have to strategize, and then you have to seize the opportunity. Like, you always have to be prepared. Like, if, say I wasn't a good performer in that moment, they probably wouldn't have even been like, they probably would have been like, okay. But because like I was prepared to perform and do my best, and I had myself ready as an artist for them to appreciate it and even, you know, big me up like that and actually want to work with me in the future. So just perfect your craft, know what you want, be specific, and just be ready and be on it and just go for it non-stop. So I felt like if he really liked it, if he really wanted to do it, he would just do it. No matter how long it took, he would do it when he had time. Fast forward, months later, I think I finally got the final product in my hand in February of this year. And I remember getting it and hearing the, woo, 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 listen, pull that tape, run that shit back, woo, woo, woo on my track. Woo, woo, woo on my track. I fall on the bathroom floor. I was on the floor, I was like, oh my God. And I live alone, so I was like screaming like, oh my God. I just started jumping around my room, jumping around. Then I finally listened to it, and then my next favorite part was when he was like, money, money, money. And I was like, that's like, you say my name, that's official. And then because he like harmonized and ad-lib in the back of the whole song, I was like, okay, he really liked this song, because a lot of people would just like give a throwaway voice, like just put my voice in there and send it. Like, he ad-libbed through the whole thing. He gave me a bad voice, like it took my sound from here to like here, like no lie. Like it's always been a good song. It's always been a good song. The song been out a whole year. But like his voice took it to the next level. And I'm still so grateful, even leading up to the video. We shot the video, okay, the song was on February. We shot the video April, I think, April, May in Orlando. Like nobody really knew we were shooting the video. We just planned it around his schedule. And they basically came to Orlando where we were shooting it. We shot it in like 2 days. And the vibe was just good. Them man they're very genuine. I tell you, everything was organic, smooth. Even the sexual scenes, nothing felt awkward, nothing felt inappropriate. He basically just let me take the lead, and I just did whatever I was comfortable with. It was never like, okay, this is my brand, and you know my brand is very this, so we need to match this. It was more like, whatever you want to do, we would do, basically. I gave you a whole story, Lord. Woo! This is very bad of me. I don't even know if I should say it. I always want to bring a guy on stage. That's usually my intention, right? I normally would be like, tell the promoter I need a chair and have a chair on the side, or just, I always am prepared in my mind to potentially bring a guy on stage for Sniper. I did it once, and I gave like a guy a lap dance and stuff like that. But I'm always cautious about it because I don't want it to be a weirdo, a creep. No, but that's true. I mean, I don't want it to be a weirdo, a creep. So sometimes, like when I look in a crowd, also don't want it to be somebody, man, because bust a couple rounds and they're coming out on that stage swinging like, mama. It's show business, like, but it's a tricky situation. But because I know if I left it, I also want to pick a guy than like, okay, like, who wants to come up? Because now it might have an old man in the front. He's the only one, me. And I like, anybody be my Sniper. The old man like this. And at that point, it's like, if I don't bring this man on stage, that just make me look so bad. So it's like, I kind of scout the crowd, and if I see somebody, maybe I would bring them up. But I would say now, I would say synchro. I performed synchro recently, and that was the first time I had so many males in front, like, trying to have a full-blown conversation. I just never get it. I am singing my life away, and they are like, money. Oh my God, money. Yeah, oh my God, money. And I just like, and then they're just like, and I was like, oh my, I don't know what to say. Sometimes I get so distracted. I'm like, yeah, wow. Like, wow. Because it's so urgent. Some of them have such an urgency, like, money. And I'm just like, wow. And they're just like, just let me. Right. But I start to play in with it more. Like I just sing to them and stuff like that. Literally, I'm looking you in your eyes and I'm singing Sniper. And I think that's why they're probably like, yo, come. But I had a bigger male response this time in a long. That was my first. Normally they just. But this time they were like trying to touch and trying like give my attention, and it was cool. I like to see the guys interact. It's usually a lot of women, so I'm glad they're interacting. My mom is very supportive of whatever I do. She always wants to hear the music, but I think I held off from sending her in at the wall in the beginning because this was my most raunchiest song. And even though I still don't think it's that raunchy because I could have really like went in. But I didn't. I tried to still keep it, classy and more surface level than anything. But when she heard it, I really can't remember her response. But I remember later on, she kept telling me like, you need to make some other kind of music, not talking about sex. And I was like, I talk about other things other than sex. I talk about, glowing up and something yeah, but that's just being full of yourself. And I was like, wait, what? I said, I did power with me. It's talking about, you know, glowing up and, you know, shitting on your haters. Just like, gypsy about, you know, women in power. She's like, that's just being full of yourself. And I was like, whoa. I don't know what you want from me at this point. But yeah, she's one person. She's very, very supportive of my dreams. And I know a lot of people don't have that support from a parent. So I'm definitely grateful for that. Like, whatever I decide to do in life, my mother is like, she supports me. It's just more so, do you have a plan? From the time I was young, I'm a very disciplined person, very determined person. So if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. So no matter if my back is against the wall, I am going to get it done. So she already knew I'm that kind of person. So when it comes to the music and stuff like that, she's 100% supportive. She says I'm her investment, which is true. I'm literally her investment. So when I get to that point, she has to get it back 100-fold first, and then everybody else fall in line. This song was to, one, challenge myself, because I am hitting notes in this song that I've never tried to hit on a record before. So I definitely wanted to challenge myself vocally on this song and to make something that was different from what I normally do. So this was a challenge all around, and my goal was basically, I don't know, it had a bigger response than I thought. And I mean, sex sells. I mean, that's just how it is, sex sells. And I think I accomplished paying homage to the core dance hall fans, but still staying true to me. So I definitely gained a lot of fans from the world. Honestly, my goal was challenge myself with this song and get Dexta Daps on this song. Those were my two things, like make a great song that Dexta wouldn't refuse, and I would have a dope song by itself, and an even doper song if Dexta would so choose to grace my track with his gorgeous vocals, basically. I wasn't thinking, I mean, obviously with that would lead to me being exposed to his fan base and all that good stuff. So clearly, him on it alone would increase the reach to his fan base as well. I'm very certain in myself, like I know that, basically I know I am great. And that's not even being cocky or anything, and I think that's a mindset everybody should have. I know that me within myself, I have what it takes, whether I have to go at it alone or whether or not I have somebody helping me to do it. And that's just how I feel. So the comments, I did see some of them, and most of them were the women just really thinking that they're in a relationship with Dexta. I mean, they really think that's their man. So they like, what's she doing on him? And obviously there's the talk about me and him having sex and stuff like that, because obviously they're gonna think that, which is just silly to me. But obviously people see that and they're like, oh, the chemistry was there, so they must have like did it off screen and stuff like that. But obviously, like, we didn't. It was strictly professional and not uncomfortable one bit. It was strictly professional. But yeah, the comments, I saw some of them, but mostly it was because they in love with him, like for real. Yeah, like for real. Like, what are you doing touching him? That's like, they would fight me because that's their man. And at that point is like, come on, it's not that deep. Is to use this platform to gain, obviously, my own fans. I don't want to be in his shadow. He's a great artist within himself, and so am I on my own. So it's like, I feel like I could carry my own weight. So I just hope to gain new fans and people start to love me for me and my music, and not just because I have a song with him. You could follow me on IG, the official Monea, that's MONEA. You could follow me on Snapchat, monea.r, YouTube, SoundCloud, Facebook, all the official Monea. Twitter, don't follow me on that because it's official Monea, but just let me vent in peace over that. You don't have to follow me, but yeah. This is your girl Monea, and I just did a breakdown for Inna the Wall, aka Sniper, featuring Dexta Daps, and I did it for Deh Culcha.
Baby, you're the best in all the world. You be the best sex in all the world.